What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now this is the episode you guys have been waiting for. It is time to get the engine into the Barnfind build. It is ready as it's gonna be for now. We still gotta do a few little things, but that will be after we get it into the car. So I got my new clutch kit in, I got a few of the little parts, we got some motor mounts, we're ready to get the motor into the car, but first we gotta make the transmission to the engine. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the Barnfind build. Restoring this E36, this is the 96 328i. We're gonna be slapping a little turbo on this thing eventually. This is the clutch kit I just got in. It's the same one that is in my my white drift car. So these are on eBay, they're like 240 bucks. Comes with a lightweight flywheel and everything, single piece. We got that. And this here's the transmission. This actually came with the car. I'm not sure if it's good or not. So I'm gonna try this out. I do need to get it off, clean it up a little bit, and find the shifter fork here. That way we can go ahead and mate it to the engine and we can get it in all in one piece. Hopefully you don't scratch the paint. I do have a few parts in. This here is a clip for the shifter fork, along with a new little brass pivot ball. This stuff I got in from Condor Speed Shop. We got the solid motor mounts, solid transmission mounts. We got some brake lines. That's for another episode. And of course, we got a good Condor Speed Shop sticker. So the first thing I'm gonna do is crack these little guys open along with the clutch kit, get the tranny over here, get it all cleaned up, get ready for the motor. I'm gonna get to work. Alrighty guys, quick announcement until we get too much farther in the video. There are official Barnfind stickers available for sale. There's a link in the description, check those out. Super cool little stickers, have these custom made, only limited quantity available. We also have a sticker pack that comes with a John Drives logo decal along with of course, a Save Them All sticker. There's a sticker pack of those and the single one on the site. There's a link down in the description, so make sure to check that out and support the build. About to drop the motor into it. Oh, and another quick thing, I do actually have a PO box, so in case you guys want to send something into the channel, feel free to do so. The address is in the description below as well. Just want to let you guys know. Back to the video. Wouldn't you just take a look at that brand new tranny right there? Cleaned up nice. Moving on to the shifter fork here, there's actually quite a bit of rust on the inside. You can see all that rust in there. I think I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of sandpaper or a wire wheel, and then hit it with a little bit of black spray paint or something like that, just to make it look nice. I know nobody will see it, but in my heart, I'll know. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the clutch fork with a little bit of this high heat paint so we can get it looking good. Now while that's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and break into this clutch kit over here and get all that organized. Okay, clutch kit is looking good. The E36 does have two different sizes for input shafts on the transmission. You can see the one on the right is smaller than the one on the left. So most clutch kits will include both. I'm not sure which one I have. I need to line up one of these guides and see which one fits my transmission. This here's the input shaft, so whatever size this is, that's the pilot bearing you'll want to use for your engine. So I have been getting a lot of comments saying a lot of people want to see a detailed process of this. So I'll make sure to show you the tips and tricks that I've kind of figured out over the course of doing them on other E36s. That might help you out on yours, because I know a lot of you guys have E36s and will probably want to do something like this soon or down the line. Alrighty, time to install the pilot bearing. If you look in your engine here, this engine was an automatic. There's no pilot bearing in there. So your pilot bearing sits right back in this hole here. Make sure to go ahead and lube that up a little bit. A little motor oil or something will do the trick. You want to take your pilot bearing, make sure it's even, and kind of try to get it as straight as you can. Perfect, there you go. I just pushed it in. Now it needs to go a little bit further. I might get a small socket that I can fit on the outside of this metal ring. Tap it in like maybe another ½ inch or so. Nothing too crazy. To get these out, you can go ahead and look up a video on how to get one out. Luckily I didn't have to get this one out. You can rent a puller or do like soggy bread or wet towel or something to get it out. You'll see what I'm talking about if you search it on YouTube. I kind of just took this and just kind of shoved it in there, and it actually scooted back for me. Should be about right there. If not, the transmission will push it back just a touch further, if it needs to. As long as there's a decent little space here, should be fine. Now what the pilot bearing does is it makes sure the transmission's input shaft is perfectly centered going into the motor. That way it's not off-centered or whatnot. Now it's time to put the flywheel on the motor. Have the new flywheel here. This is a single mass flywheel that came with the clutch kit along with these flywheel bolts. Now you will want to go ahead and use some red thread locker on all flywheel bolts. That way they won't back out. Got the thread locker, got the bolts, and also got my torque wrench. I'm gonna look up some torque specs for the flywheel bolts on an E36. Make sure I get that correctly. Also, when you're torquing, you kind of want to do a star pattern to get the pressure on evenly. And don't worry about cleaning this right now. We'll go ahead and clean it with some brake clean after we get it all bolted up.
I liked it.
Alrighty, time to install the pressure plate. First off, I'm going to take a little bit of brake clean on a paper towel, wipe down both surfaces on here and the flywheel. That way we can have a good non-oily surface. Then take the clutch disc, put the super flat part up against the flywheel. See, that part's flat, that part has a little hump in it there. Flat part with the guide tool, just like that. That way it holds it centered, perfectly centered on the flywheel. And then that way you can go ahead and bolt on the pressure plate like so. And then you want to torque them to a star pattern. I'll put the torques back here on the screen. And then we can move on to installing the throw-up bearing on the transmission. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take out this old clutch pivot pin. I have a brand new one here, this brass one I got online. I'll drop a link down in the description if you guys want to check one of these out. These are plastic, they just get wore out over time. Hopefully it comes out pretty easily. I'm going to take that out, then I'll be able to install the freshly painted clutch fork along with the new throw-up bearing and this new little clip. We'll get to that after we replace the pin. Alrighty guys, it's a new day. Got the slave on along with the brand new clutch fork, all freshly painted with the clip. So this little clip, there's a circle part on the back that clips onto a little brass piece. And then, as you can see here, the clutch fork just kind of slides in there and clips over top of it. The throw-out bearing just pretty much just sits in the middle of this clutch fork, and then this side of the fork hits the slave like so. Pretty sure this is correct. If not, we'll find out pretty quick. It's been a while since I've done one of these. But now it's time to go ahead and chuck it on the motor. I'm here by myself right now. I'm gonna try it, and if not, I'll have to call for some backup. All right, transmission is officially on the motor. This is a big step. I'm excited. It looks good. Look how clean it looks. I mean, for an old transmission. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Condor tranny mounts on. That's what those old crusty things right there need to go. Fresh Condors need to go on. And that way, the next step is to clean everything up around here and to literally just drop it in the car. Actually, I need to do a little bit more work on the engine bay. I need to get the old motor mounts out right here on both sides, drop the Condor ones in. And at that point, I just need to tidy up some more things down below and she'll be ready to drop in. Alrighty, today is the day. Finally, it is time to get the Barnfind motor into the car. I think we have everything prepped. Got the motor sitting on the hoist. Now we're gonna lower the car down to the ground and put the motor in the car. Hopefully everything goes well. Probably gonna set you guys up on a time lapse just so we can focus and make sure everything gets in the right place and does not scratch the engine bay paint. We're putting the engine and transmission in together just so it would be a little bit easier, but that means there's a lot more going into it that could potentially go wrong. Wish us luck. Well, it's a new day, and last night we got the motor into the Barnfind. Without further ado, let me go ahead and walk you guys around the car. And here she is. The motor's officially in. It didn't take that long. The time lapse died on me last night, but we got the motor in. Everything's looking good. I cleaned it up just a touch, Toss the, see if I can get a little bit more light in here. Toss the coil packs in. So those are in for the most part. I need to bolt them in. Went ahead and did a few little things. Motor mounts are in. Running the condors, of course. Intake manifold's still off. So that way now I need to run the fuel lines and wire up the starter. Mainly need to wire it today. And heater core stuff, all that little, I want to get all that done underneath the intake manifold, and the intake manifold will be the last thing that goes on. Front end's still not here. I do need to order some headlights and one of the front fascias and some corners and stuff like that. I do have a bumper for it sitting here in the back. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. It's a little bit dinged up, but I mainly just want to get the car running and driving before I worry about painting everything else, because I need to paint a couple more things on this car, including like the mirrors and the front fascia. I'm gonna run that one sitting up there. But overall, man, the car is looking absolutely beautiful. I'm just loving how this thing is looking. I wiped it down last night and man, it looks amazing. Kind of weird having a car with like decent paint in the shop. Most of them are just kind of old beater drift cars. But man, it looks really, really good. I just threw that black trim piece down on the bottom. Hit it with a little bit of trim restore. And we got our Barnfind sticker on this side with the trim. Oh, love it. All right, the interior, I just need to wipe it down a little bit and put everything back underneath here because I took the brake booster out. Other than that, it's looking good. Really pumped. Alrighty, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start putting everything back, but that will be in the next episode of the Barnfind series, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Alright, this episode's giveaway, I'm gonna be giving away 3 of these Crenova multimeters, so all you gotta do is drop a comment down below, and each comment will get you entered to win a Crenova. So in 1 week from this video is posted, I'll be doing a YouTube live stream picking 3 winners for 3 different multimeters. If you live in the US, it'll be shipped out directly to you, but if you're outside the US, I will email you a gift card. That way you can arrange shipping to your country. So that is gonna do it for this episode, guys. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Helps a lot more people find the video and the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.